I am from a really small town in Argentina called Galvez, and sometimes we would travel to my grandma's house, which was in an even smaller town called San Martín de las Escobas. So when I was about 5, 6, 7 years old, that area that I am from was known for having some UFO activities, and I was kind of obsessed with the topic. I thought like it was so cool to have people from other planets come, to see us. So one time we were driving to my grandma's house, and we were driving, it was night, and when in a moment we were crossing a railroad, and my brother told me, I have something to tell you. And I said, what happened? And he said, but you can't say anything to mom because she don't like to talk about this. And I'm like, what is going on? And she said, you promised that it's going to be a secret. And I said, yeah, I won't tell mom anything. So he told me, did you see those railroads that we just crossed? And I said, yes. And he said, well, that's where we found you. And I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, like 5 years ago, we were crossing the railroad when we were going to grandma's, and we looked on the side of the railroad and you were there. We saw you and we stopped and mommy took you with us. And I'm like, how is that possible? And he said, but you can't tell mom. Like, oh my God, what do you mean? And he said, yeah, you are not part of our family. We found you, So, and I'm like, oh my God. I had all these feelings of like thinking that I was a girl, knowing that I was a girl, and everybody telling me that I wasn't. And this area is infested in my head. It's infested with UFOs, and my brother tells me that I was found in the railroad there, and I put 2 and 2 together, and I thought like, that's it. I'm from another planet. I couldn't tell my mom anything, but I thought like I could talk with my grandma about this. My grandma was pretty awesome. So I went and I said, Grandma, I know what's wrong with me. And she said, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, Claudio just told me that they found me in a railroad. This area is full of UFOs, and I am weird, so I know what happened. I am a UFO child that was left here by mistake. And she looked at me and she said, well, maybe you are. But now you are part of our family. What your brother told you is not true. You are part of our family. You are our family. And I don't know, because I didn't see you coming out of your mom. So I don't know if your mom had you or not. So maybe you are a UFO, but you live with us now. And, and that's what it is. And that's what you have. And we are your family. And I love you, and I'm happy that you are part of our family. And if you think that you are a UFO that was left here by mistake, let's make the best out of it and find you happiness. And that somehow forced me to add some fantasy to my life and to make it more livable. It kind of helped me to find an idea of happiness that sometimes is not a reality, it's just an idea, but that helped me a lot to live my life.